There comes a point on the awakening path that most people reach at some point, often quietly and without warning. Those things that used to work, that used to soothe, that used to comfort, used to give meaning to life, stop working. The ways that you used to motivate yourself, the ways that you used to cope, even the spiritual practices that you adopted that once helped you to feel grounded and inspired and connected. Often when this happens, the mind jumps in, goes straight into self-doubt. What's wrong with me? Why can't I get myself together anymore? Why do these things feel meaningless? Why does everything feel harder or flatter than it used to? But it's important to know here that it isn't failure. You're not doing anything wrong. It's the shift. And when you're awakening, your system is no longer organised around survival, of fitting in. It starts to reorganise around truth, the truth of who you are, your authentic blueprint. And the strategies that once helped you to push through, to get through the day, through the week, to override yourself, or to stay functional, begin to feel exhausting and ineffective. And that's not because you're doing something wrong, but it's because you're no longer meant to live that way. Life is asking you to choose, and to choose differently. And during this process, your nervous system is changing, sensitivity increasing, and your inner world is calling. And it's demanding for honesty rather than efforting. So when the old ways seemingly stop working, just know that it's something deeper that's ready to be met within you. And this phase can feel uncomfortable, especially to the personality and the mind. You might feel less driven. Your work might start to feel meaningless, less certain of your identity and your place in the world, more inward. You might notice a resistance to forcing clarity, to setting goals, or to get back to how you were. And this can be frightening, especially in a world that values productivity and certainty and doing. But the awakening journey doesn't move in straight lines. It's not linear. It's not obvious. It's not one point to the next. It's more like a spiral. And when you find yourself in the moment, when the old ways start to fall away, it's often the space where the integration begins. So what do you do when what used to work no longer does? The first thing is to acknowledge that, to stop fighting the experience. It's about acceptance of what is and trusting the process. If you try to push yourself back into old patterns and habits and belief systems, it only creates more tension. And those systems will just get louder and louder until they become unbearable. So instead of that, just gently ask, what's no longer aligned for me? What part of me is tired of holding it all together? What's asking to be listened to rather than managed? The second thing is to really slow down the pace. We're really conditioned to speed up the pace, to do more, to do more, to do more. But slowing down, not as a withdrawal from life, but as a way of staying really present with what is unfolding. And this might look like choosing rest over forcing action, choosing curiosity over judgment of self, of others, choosing gentleness with self over self-criticism, and really watching the mind as it starts to panic and come in with all of these questions and fears. Just being able to watch it really helps. Small shifts really matter here. It's more about observation of the thoughts, and just observing what's happening. You don't need to do anything to figure it out. Just be present. And the third thing is to trust that this phase has intelligence, deeper than you can imagine, even in the uncomfortability, even in the not knowing, even in the void. It's all reorganizing you, bringing you back home to you. And if this is a space that you're in right now, and the old ways have fallen away or have started to fall away, and life feels uncertain, and nothing has yet replaced that, know that you're in transition. You're not broken. You're perfectly where you should be. And this is the place where the most meaningful healing happens. This is how the void becomes the voice. And it's the voice of truth, your own inner truth. Not by rushing to find answers, but just allowing the truer self to rise. And if this resonates with you and you find yourself in this space, just let it land gently today. You don't need to do anything with it. Just notice and know that you are not alone.